Alright, so I finally found some time to make this video about the aptitude test, probably the most asked question. This and answering interview questions, so I'll make a video on that later. But right now we're going to focus on the aptitude test, and I have my notes here, so I will show y'all those. Okay, so I took the iPrep course. I did pay for it. I don't think you're going to get all the benefits if you don't pay for it, but they do still give you actually you might have to pay for this as well. You do get like a benchmark test to kind of see where you are before you even start the course. And I will say that I did not even finish this the first time through within the required time limit, and I did make sure to go through and circle questions that I got stumped on, didn't know how to do, so I can make sure to focus on them when I went through the course. And this is just some scratch work from the drills I did during the course. While I was going through the course, I did make sure to note down some equations that were important to memorize, so I could easily put them on my scratch paper during the actual test and just have them to go back to. Didn't see anything about compound interest, so didn't even need that at all. So the test is going to be about 33 questions in 46 minutes. Reading comprehension, about 36 questions in 51 minutes. Some locals I saw online, people said that they had technical questions and mechanical questions. I did not, so none of that even applied to me. This is another sample test I did. So where does the course start? All right, starts off with basic algebra. It's going to give you like a rundown of really simple addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. If you took high school, even middle school math, then you probably can skip that section. Let's see, basic order of operations, PEMDAS, order of operations with parentheses, simplifying equations. And I'm just going to kind of go through this quick. You can pause and like look at the questions. Fractions and decimals, converting fractions and decimals, decimals to fractions, fractions to decimals. You're going to want to know how to do that. Exponents, I did see. Know how to multiply, add, subtract, dividing them with same and different bases. Power rules, exponents, you're going to want to be able to know how to do that. Solving equations, yeah, a lot of questions like this, you get an equation, they're going to tell you solve for this, plug and play. Just be sure to double check your math, because I'm really known for trying to speed through, and one little mistake can throw off the whole answer. Linear equations, solutions for linear equations, and after each little section they will give you a practice test just for that information, so that's what you see in blue. And I did take advantage of pretty much all of those. More basic algebra, simplifying, distributing, standard form, always put in descending order, factoring, distributing polynomials, inverse operations, yeah, like you're gonna get long questions like that, so just take your time and focus on what you're doing. Proportions, fractions, multiplying, again, practice test. And this is what I really need to focus on. Solutions, y-intercepts. And I will say the course is really good at giving you multiple methods to solve a type of question. So if one way doesn't work for you, try the other way, and maybe that will make more sense in your head. Yep, a lot of plug and play again. Factoring polynomials, factoring, pulling out the greatest common factor, solving, putting it in the simplest form. Quadratics, distributing binomials, solving a binomial, factoring trinomials, factoring by grouping, more quadratics. Again, that's one of the equations that I memorized, so I could put it right down on my scratch paper in the test and not have to worry about trying to strain myself remembering what the equation was. About halfway through this, I went and took the UEG practice exam, because they do give you a free timed benchmark test. I called it benchmark 2. Just kind of see how I was doing and where I was at now. I think I did do better the second time around. That's just scratch work. Functions, graphs, the Cartesian plane, ordered pairs, definitely going to see some of that. Slope-intercept form, definitely going to see that. Going to need to be able to plot on the, or pick the correct graph based on the slope-intercept form. Going to need to be able to determine the equation from the graph they give you. Find slope from 2 points. Going to see some of that. Finding the y-intercept. Determining slope and y-intercept form. Or determining slope and y-intercept from slope-intercept form. Identifying graphs, yep. Gonna see that. How does a y-intercept affect a graph? You're gonna need to be able to like look at a graph and it'll ask you if something is positive or negative, like which graph is now the correct one. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but basically you're gonna need to be able to analyze a graph and figure out a relationship. Steps to graphing, yeah. Definitely make sure you're comfortable with graphing, because to me this was like the hardest part. Like these definitely took up most of my time. Point slope form. Writing the equation of a line. Writing the equation from 2 points. Gonna need to know that from point slope form. Yeah, so figure out if you like point slope form or y-intercept form, and, you know, hone in on that. More of this stuff. And that's where I ended. Again, I did not even finish, actually I don't know if I said this, but I didn't even complete the full course. I'm gonna turn this around. All right, so yeah, I didn't even finish the entire iPrep course. But I felt pretty confident based on what I had saw online from other people. So I went in and I guess I did good enough. So yeah, can't say enough good things about iPrep. I highly recommend taking their course. Hopefully this helps you guys with some information about the aptitude test, and good luck.